mask mandate, but this one is the opposite of the kind we're used to. Why one store is actually banning face coverings. An Orange County man sets a new world record. Just wait until you hear what all he had to go through to get there.
The Rundown, brought to you by Goal Zero.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Rundown. I'm Robin Winston. More on those stories coming up in just a bit. But first, there's a growing memorial for a 17-year-old boy killed Sunday morning outside of a party in the Florence area of South LA. For News Chopper 4, you can see the collection of candles for Matthew Lobos. Police say he was intentionally run over by two drivers. Police are still looking for them. The teen's family is in disbelief.
¿Qué persona, qué corazón tiene?
The victim's aunt spoke to us in Spanish, asking what kind of person would do this to someone so young. Police say some sort of argument happened outside of a party where Lobos was. Then it spilled onto the street. That's when detectives say someone drove toward the crowd, hitting Lobos. Then a second driver ran over the teenager again.
This belief that this happened to him, like this, this wasn't supposed to happen. And I know it wouldn't have happened if I was here.
We're told Lobos was starting his senior year at Santee High School. Grief counselors are on hand to help students process this tragedy. Two people accused of trying to kidnap a baby in Long Beach were arrested. Their bail is set at $100,000 each. The attempted kidnapping happened Saturday afternoon. Police say an armed woman walked up to two people with a stroller on Pine and 10th.
The suspect pointed a firearm at one of the victims and demanded the baby. From there, a struggle ensued for the stroller.
Police say that's when a second suspect drove up and appeared to fire a weapon. Then both the would-be kidnappers took off in the car without the baby. Police arrested the suspects a short time later, 55-year-old Stacy Wilson and 45-year-old Walter Sullivan. Police say they found airsoft replica guns in their car and believe those were used in the attempted kidnapping. The family of a man killed during a high-speed crash is now calling for an independent investigation into the LAPD. Jamari Keys and Janisha Harris were killed early Friday morning after a driver speeding away from police crashed into their car in the Vermont Knolls neighborhood. Keys' family is asking for police dash cam footage to see if officers played a role in causing the crash, and they want the Attorney General to get involved.
Just stop chasing people on residential and busy streets. Just stop.
The family is also asking for a toxicology report and insurance information for the driver police were following. One popular Beverly Hills store is creating its own mask mandate. Kitson on Robertson is now banning masks during its business hours because of a string of robberies in the area. The owner says they've noticed a trend in people looking to steal merchandise while wearing masks to avoid being identified. Now, if a customer wants to wear a mask, they can set up an appointment for a personal shopping experience. Well, I hope you're enjoying the comfortable weather, but don't get used to it. Meteorologist David Bigger is tracking another warm-up.
As we go through the next couple of days, we'll see a little bit of change coming our way. The marine layer will be thinning out, so that means temperatures will be a bit warmer as we get into Tuesday. We're also watching for the chance of mountain thunderstorms to make a return. So let's quickly start with Monday, 4 p.m. What you'll notice here on Futurecast, we do have a couple of clouds over some of the mountain desert spots. No thunderstorms for today, but if you look off the coastline, you see the low clouds are just kind of sitting around waiting to push back in. However, for the morning hours on Tuesday, we really won't see all that much in the way of cloud cover. You can see that it does cover portions of the San Gabriel Valley, of course, the coastlines, the basin, and Orange County. But we only have a couple little puffs of clouds reaching the inland spots. So it should clear out pretty quickly, and our focus will turn toward the area mountains, where we do develop the chance of storms as we get into the afternoon. That is a look at your weather forecast.
I'm a power blackout, and I'm going to put you in the dark. What is that?
It's the Yeti 3000X solar generator, a home backup system from Goal Zero. Take that blackout.
We may be getting closer to getting a look inside the government's rationale for searching Donald Trump's Florida estate. The Justice Department faces a Thursday deadline to submit a redacted version of the affidavit used to justify the search. But some Democratic leaders say releasing the document would jeopardize the investigation.
This is not the time to be giving essentially the Trump lawyers a roadmap into how to intimidate witnesses or how to derail a legitimate investigation.
Former President Trump and his allies want more information about the search released. Meanwhile, a new NBC News poll shows 57% of respondents say investigations of the former president should continue. Only 21% of Republicans agreed. Former NBA player Dennis Rodman says he's making plans to go to Russia and ask for Brittany Griner's release from prison. Earlier this month, the WNBA star was sentenced to 9 years behind bars for drug charges. Rodman told NBC News he's received permission to travel and is trying to go this week. Biden administration officials say the trip might complicate their own negotiation efforts. This won't be the first time Rodman has tried informal diplomatic efforts. Over the past decade, he's made multiple visits to North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. A community in Woodland Hills is welcoming a street vendor back to their neighborhood. His fruit stand was destroyed by a man using a hammer. Well, this is video of the attack that happened last week. And after this story aired on NBC4, the fruit vendor received multiple donations. Well, now he's back in business, selling fruit and beverages with long lines waiting to help him out.
I'm very happy with the support, and it shows me that there's not just bad people, there's more good people than bad.
We're keeping our eyes out for our friend, but I think everything's going to be okay.
Neighbors say they hope the man who attacked the vendor's fruit stand sees the community is supporting the vendor, and we definitely love it when the community pulls together. All right, if you're looking to quit your day job and start your own business, it looks like California is the place to be. A new ranking identifies the best states for entrepreneurs. So according to Look A, that's a website that offers branding and design tools for startups, California is the best place to start a new business. California has one of the best survival rates for new businesses in the country. Texas comes in second, followed by New Jersey, Illinois, and Georgia. But if your career is coming to an end, you might want to get out early. Well, that's because according to Bankrate.com, California is considered to be the third worst state to retire in. Netflix is getting closer to launching its cheaper subscription plan that comes with ads, and we're learning not all content may come with them. Bloomberg is reporting Netflix may not run ads during their original movies when they're first released. Those ads would instead be installed at a later date. They're also reporting that kids' programming may be free of ads. Netflix will roll out their ad-supported tier this fall. A new film will be taking a world at a Chicago classic. Paramount Pictures is looking to create a Ferris Buellers Day Off spinoff.
1961 Ferrari 250 GT, California.
It's called Sam and Victor's Day Off, and according to Deadline, it'll tell the story of the valet attendants who took the Ferrari featured in the comedy for a memorable trip through Chicago. The spinoff comes 36 years after the 1986 hit. Wow, has it really been that long?
Jeez! Having any fun yet?
Since flying into theaters in May, Top Gun Maverick is still earning new milestones. The sequel starring Tom Cruise is now the 6th highest grossing movie in domestic box office history. It has made more than $679 million in North America, beating out Marvel's Avengers: Infinity War for the 6th spot. A Newport Beach man has successfully achieved a world record by pedaling across the Pacific. So he traveled from Catalina to Newport Beach on a hydro bike. Matthew Thomas successfully completed his journey Sunday evening. Thomas was a passenger in a car involved in a drunk driving crash 31 years ago. Well, he was in a coma and spent decades recovering from his injuries. Now he's trying to show that anything is possible with a positive mindset. Matthew, you're an inspiration. And yes, I agree, anything is possible with a positive mindset. We love to see it. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and on our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4 weekdays from 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with the traffic reports throughout your morning commute. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.